Chris from Team TBC here, and we're with the regaining national champion Luke Smythe. What was your record after day one?
I was 6 in a draw.
Yeah, what'd you play all the way through top 8?
5 in a draw. We only played 6 rounds.
What'd you play all the way through to top 8?
Top 8 I played Nekroz. Top 4 was still a night, and then top 2 was a Nekroz mirror match again.
Yeah, alright. Would you like to go over the list then?
Yeah, sure. Why not? It's pretty much all reasonably standard, isn't it? It's a Nekroz list. We do monsters first.
Yep.
3 Nekroz of Unicorn.
Yep.
3 Nekroz of Valkyrus.
Yep.
2 Nekroz of Brunach. 2 Nekroz of Plausilis. And 1 Nekroz of Trishula. None of the other ones. We were playing Decisive Armour until about a week before the event, but the decision to play Denko Sekka in the main board kind of pushed it out. So he contributes to brick hands as well. We didn't want to play any more than sort of like 8 or 9 cards that weren't part of the main engine, and he was not one of those parts.
Why 3 Valkyrus and why only 1 Trish?
I don't really feel that you need more than 1 Trish. Milanofi, the guy that I played in the final, he was playing 2 Trishula. What he found for like most of the day was that he was using 1 Trishula to protect the other, and that was its primary use. He wasn't really getting any extra use out of Trishula, so which is fine. I mean, the 3rd Valkyrus is much more helpful in the mirror match. I just feel that every time that you open with this, your opening play is much more powerful. You can do more things, you can cycle into more cards, you have more things to do on the next turn. You always want to have access to this guy at all times, effectively.
So you're happy with the Nekroz lineup then?
I'm happy with it at the moment. I mean, I suppose I might give a try of what -1 Valkyrus plus 1 Trishula. Plus 1 Trishula might do something. We'll see.
That's no problem.
Time, Go to small monsters. 3 Senju and 3 Manji. Seems pretty standard. These cards are way too good. 2 Ovs, 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Denko Sekka, and 2 Shrit. And then the 1 Jin and the monster Jin out, which is DD Warrior Lady.
Yes, Denko Sekka was a choice
this
for going
card
down to
is
Ireland.
far too good, far too good. If you have it against the Stellar Knight deck, or even potentially any rogue matchup, or even potentially like the Shadol matchup, and it goes unanswered, just all of their cards don't do anything anymore. If you open the combo of Denko Sekka Effect Veiler against Stellar Knight, it pretty much does not matter what they opened, because they can't do anything anymore.
What was your feeling on Bullblader and Exile Force over DD Warrior Lady?
Exile Force didn't really like because your opponent could stop it with Trishula and with Gungnir, so that guy was out, at least in the main deck. I see a lot of decks at the moment playing it in the sideboard, which means that once your opponent sees the DD Warrior Lady in game 1 and goes for Valk first in game 2 when they search for the luck, then you can go to Exile Force and break it with that. But the DD Warrior Lady being untargeting, non-destroying, it's just much more valuable. I wanted the Jin lock out that I could find with my main engine cards. Yeah, DD Warrior Lady was just the best choice. Bullblader survives the combat was the problem with him. So if my hand was poor and my opponent made the Jin lock, which sometimes it is if you have to wait for a while to get to your out, I didn't want the Bullblader to be left over on the field afterwards for opening up to Trishula.
Was the prospect of Jin locking them back not appealing? No?
Well, sometimes you don't have access to the Jin, you see. If you use your normal summon on the DD Warrior Lady, you can't use it on the Senju, which you need to make the Lavala chain in the first place. The DD Warrior Lady does actually have some like fringe use in other matchups as well. You can take the Deneb from the Stellar Knight player and exile it, then it doesn't come back. You can exile something like Winder or a Construct or things like that in the other matchups. It's just a general all-rounder, whereas Exile Force doesn't really do any of those things, and neither does Bullblader.
Happy enough for the monster lineup?
Yeah, the monster lineup's very, very good. I don't think I'd change anything at all, actually.
But in the Euros, would you still main deck the Denko Sekka?
In the European Championship, probably not. I expected a lot more Stellar Knight down here than I did the Nekroz. So Denko Sekka was a way to get through the first couple of rounds without losing to random 5 back row sets.
Off the top of your head, any potential replacement?
It also got me through the semi-final as well, in timeout. Should we go to spells? This is all pretty standard again. Apart from these. 3 Upstart Goblins, 2 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 6 Mirrors, 2 of each, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Preparation of Rites. I suppose the big thing that's missing here is Book of Eclipse. I think Book of Eclipse is a terrible card. It does literally absolutely nothing at all, apart from break the Jin lock and sometimes dodge Effect Veiler. I suppose it might Book of Moon, Thunder King. And if you get stopped after you Book of Eclipse your opponent and they get to flip their cards back up, you put yourself so far in a hole that it's impossible. It's just almost impossible to come back. We chose to play, again, the Book of Eclipse again is another brick. We chose to play the 2
Go ahead.
side deck. 1 Dance Princess of the Nekroz.
Yep.
This was in there for Secret Village of the Spellcasters in Shadol. I didn't actually play any Shadols all weekend there, so it was kind of like a wasted spot. It also outs things like the Churia Beast and Shien that turn up randomly down here.
Yep.
I wanted to have something to beat those with. The 3rd Denko Sekka for everything that is not Nekroz. Card is very, very good. 2 Maxi. These were mainly for the Shadol matchup. They ended up coming in a lot against the Nekroz mirror as well, simply because I had a lot of cards that were just useless once the Jin Lock came out. 2 Dark Hole and a Raigeki, primarily to deal with Dark War.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. He makes all my cards go away.
Yeah.
So we boarded these instead of Breakthrough Skill.
Yeah.
Because against the hero matchup, the turn that you need to set Breakthrough Skill,
Yeah.
the turn after your opponent tends to kill you.
Yeah.
So we wanted the immediate out to actually be able to play that turn instead. I played 1 hero matchup in round 2, and I Dark Holed him in that. Dark Hole's fantastic card.
Yep.
The 3rd MST is pretty standard, and 2 Twister for Floodgates, Mistakes, Rivalry of Warlords, Imperial Iron Wall, all that stuff that comes in Telenite. Again, pretty much for everything that was not Nekroz.
Yeah.
3 Mind Crush with the traps. This card's far too good as well.
For the mirror, yeah.
For the mirror match, yeah. For any weird stuff as well. And then the last 2 cards are 2 copies of Necro Valley, which I'm half and half about after this weekend. The idea was that when your opponent would board in Shared Ride, stop you from having your turn, you would be able to just ignore them, carry on and do the 3 or 4 card combo in Nekroz that kills your opponent, and then just play Necro Valley and ignore all the cards they've gained and kill them. Downside to this is if your opponent happens to draw the Mind Crush instead of the Shared Ride, Necro Valley is not that fantastic. And if you're not in control of the game, this is a brick. It was fine. It had its ups and downs. I don't think I'd play it again going forward, especially not in a European or a YCS level event.
Any replacements off the top of your head?
I think Shared Ride is probably the best thing. You're going to have to replace it with something that's going to go in the mirror match. And Shared Ride is just the best card. Just forcing your opponent to end their turn is fun.
Would you go over the extra deck one more time? Sorry, just so I have it. Okay, so Kaleidoscope hits 2 Herald of the Arclight, Star Eater that I never used all weekend. I don't play Gungnir, so it's only off Valkyrie and Clauseless. Shooting Quasar Dragon. Ixies are the Giant Hand, which is actually really, really good. You get stopped by your Effect Veiler, make the Giant Hand, shut off their Manju, but the turn's not too broken anyway. Castell, Direwolf, and Zubaba General as an out for towers because it didn't play Decisive Armour. Didn't play any Cliff Fort for the entire weekend, so it was a wasted sideboard slot. It snuck in at the last minute over Ragnar Zero. I was playing Ragnar Zero for Cliff Fort again and the Brother and the Fire Fist matchup, maybe against Yosenju, but I figure that if you're far enough behind against those that you need to make Ragnar Zero, then the game is effectively already lost anyway. Exton Knight, Lavalvo Chain, and the 2 Daigusto Emeralds, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, and Rhapsody in Berserk. If I was dropping the Zubaba General again, I'd probably drop it back out for either the Ragnar Zero or the 2nd Lavalvo Chain. You make the extra deck guys so random, so rarely that you may as well have the extra copy of the one thing that you do want on the off chance that it gets Effect Veilers. I think I actually did make everything in the extra deck except Zubaba General over the course of the weekend. So Zubaba General did not get used, neither did Star Eater. Everyone else did. Even though Cowboy got bottomless the one time. Well, thanks very much. Congratulations on retaining your Irish national crown.
No problem. Thank you very much.
The pride. This is TBC signing off. Thank you.